Hello everyone, and I've decided to do a sort of vlog, tutorial for building a Warhammer Fantasy army. I thought that with Warhammer Total War coming out, a lot of people might be interested in starting an army but don't know where to start. So it is simpler and easier than it looks, even though it may appear vastly complicated. Now the army I've decided to start is the Ogre Kingdoms. And so far I have spent about 60 Great British pounds on it. And what I've got so far is the book for my army, which gives me all the information. And here, just like lots of information about who they are, and also as well as the rules of my army, all their units, etc, etc, which you're going to want this for your army straight away, just to start looking, see what units you like, see what sort of faction you want to play as. The other thing I bought is the battalion box set for my army there, and that is just going to be a nice wee way to start. Let's just show you the box a wee bit better. Oh. Helps for turning it the right way around. Here we go, so this is the models I have got so far. To save some money, what I am doing is converting one of them into be a spellcaster, a butcher, which I've already done, and I'll show you in a minute. And I'm converting one of them into a standard bearer for my army, so I'll get 2 characters out of it as well, which will save me a nice wee penny. I always recommend doing that, but if you're completely new to it, you might want to wait till you've got a wee bit more skill with modelling. Now what do you actually get in a battalion box set for those that don't know? Mainly what you get is this. Sprues, we call them. Now all your parts for building the models are here. You also get these. This is not just for the battalion box set for your army. You'll get stuff like this in all the box sets, but obviously more numbers, lower numbers than the normal size, just squad size box. So you get them, but they're a bit big because I've chosen the ogres, so they get big bases. Here's one of my ghouls to give you an idea of a normal infantry size base. Now so far, well, first of all I'll tell you, the last thing you get in the box set as well is this is a wee instruction manual telling you how your models are supposed to go together. And again, it looks complicated, but when you sit down and actually go through it, it's not that bad. And I will be doing tutorials on how to build your models and everything, even right from the basics, so don't get worried. I'll hold your hand all the way through the way if you're new. Now here's what I've got done so far. I've actually built 2 of my lead belchers, which are these guys holding the cannons. Not painted yet, of course. Anyway, 2 of them are built. And here is the spellcaster. Now I've actually converted him in a number of ways. I've added new parts, taken parts off the model, cut the plastic, and I've actually used some green stuff to put my own parts that I've made onto the model. Now this is my first time doing it, so for more advanced people out there, with green stuff anyway, don't moan about my stuff like the dodgy end of the weapon. I thought with ogres it doesn't really matter that much. Plus it's my first time using the green stuff in that way. I've used it to magnetize and stuff, which I'll show you here. This is one of my Tyrannid models, and the arms actually just come right off and reattach. That's what magnetizing is. I will be showing you how to do that at some point. Now, what else? I recommend that you'd get some tools for when you start as well. First of all, what you'll need mainly is these. Some glue and some snips to work on your sprues to build your models. Also a hobby knife can be handy, but it's not necessarily. I only purchased mine about a year ago, but I've been in the hobby for about 15 years, so you do get by without them. It's a nice wee extra. For when your models are built, you're obviously going to need paints as well. Here's just a small sample of my paints I've got. And this here is the Army Painter spray paint, which I find cheaper than the Games Workshop one because it's the bigger can you get, so it lasts you longer. What also might be worth buying, and save you a penny if you buy the small version of it, is the rulebook. This is the rulebook here. This is the mini version of the rulebook. And again, it looks daunting, but you really, for your first few games, you only need about the back third of the book. From about here. And actually that's pretty, you don't even need that much. From about just there, just a wee bit more than there, you'll need for your first few games, and it's really, the rest of it's just really in super detail for getting competitive, knowing what exactly happens. But when you're just having a small, friendly, for fun game, you don't really need that. If you actually want to play a game as well, you're going to need these, some dice and a tape measure. Right, so now on to the actual vloggy part. As I said, I spent an hour so far, and this is what I've got done. I plan to keep this as sort of like a journal and update it every so often as well with what I've done, as well as with the tips of how to build and how to paint. So expect to see them coming soon. So there we go. That is what I have so far, and I'll see you next time with a wee bit of updates or wee bits of tips, whatever comes next. See you soon. Bye.